Hi guys, welcome to Random Code. In this video, we are going to cover some important string functions in JavaScript. Before getting started, if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing to this channel and click the bell icon. Let's get into the video. I have created a new file named string_functions.js. The first function that we are going to see is the length. The length function is used to find the length of the string. Basically, how many characters or words, even calculating the spaces also, like how many characters are stored in that particular string. Okay, let me show you with an example. So I'm just creating a string variable. I'm just giving some random string values to it. Hey, this is John. Okay, so we have created a string which is containing hey, this is John. So we are going to find the length of this string. Okay, to find the length, we can simply use this variable name dot length. That's it. This is going to return as the length of the string. So to check this, I just console log this. Okay. The file name is now stringfunctions. See, we are getting 17. So including spaces it will calculate actually. Okay, let's say if I remove the space here and rerun the function again, see it is 16 now because I have reduced the space here. Okay, the next function that we are going to cover is concat. So in JavaScript there are multiple ways to concat a string. Concatenation in simple terms is we are going to merge two or more separate strings into a single string. Okay, we can see how we can use concat function to do this. Okay, first we are going to introduce one more variable. Okay, I'm just saying this as string2. I'm just giving this a random value. Okay, let's say if I want to merge these two strings into one, means what I can do is I can simply write the first string, which string I want first. After that I can write concat. Inside this function I can pass as many strings as I want. Okay, in this case I'm going to pass string2. So I'm expecting the output to be hey, this is John test. Okay, let me log this and show it to you. See, we are getting hey, this is John test. Okay, the other way I told you, right, we can do this in many ways. The other way to do is simply using the plus operator. So we can use the first string, in between that we can have plus, after that we can have string2. Even this is also going to do the same. See, this is done the same, right? The next function that we are going to cover is index of. Okay, this index of function is used to find the particular index position of a character or a word. Okay, in this case we have hey, this is John, right? Let's say I want to find an index of is, where that is present in that particular word, right? I can simply write string dot index of. Inside that I can pass the word or character which I want to find the index for. Okay, we can set this by logging it. See, here we are getting 7 because it is in the seventh place. Okay, 7th index I mean. Similarly, what if we provide any random string here? I mean the string which is not present in the original string. If I give anything which is not present there, then it is going to return as -1. If the -1 is returned, means that index of function is not able to find the string that you passed in the original string. Okay, this is index of. The next function that we are going to cover is includes. It is also more or like same to index of. The only difference is index of will be returning the index back, right, as a number, but here the includes function will check whether the passed string is present in the original string or not. If it is present, then it will return true. If it is not present, then it will return false. Basically it will return boolean. Let's say I'm just using console log first. Inside this I'm going to write a string dot includes. I'm going to check whether the string is including this. Okay, so node. See, we are getting true because this string is containing this, right? Let's say I am giving a random value and check this code. It is false because this was is not present in the original string. To check whether a particular portion of a string is present in the string or not, we can use this includes function. And the next function that we are going to see is replace. To give an example, like in Word document or any particular document, we can use find and replace, right? We can find a specific word and we will replace that with another value, right? The same thing we are going to do here. So basically we need to mention the variable that we need to perform the replace on. After that we can simply have dot replace. Inside this we can have two parameters. The first parameter is going to be the word that you are going to replace. In this case I am going to replace this is, okay, I'm going to replace this with I am. So I expect this string to be hey I am John instead of hey this is John. Okay, let me run this. See, we are getting hey I am John, right? And the next function that we are going to see is substring function. Again this substring function is used to find a particular portion of a string, like to get a particular portion of a string. Let's say we have a string named hey this is John, but I only want this hey from this entire string. I don't want anything else. Okay, in that case what we can do is we can use substring function. We can use it like string dot substring. Inside this we need to pass two numbers, two index numbers. The first one is a starting number. We can start from 0 because I always told you the index will start from 0. We want this hey, right? So we want this 0th index, and till which we want till 3. Okay, this is the end number. Okay, if I run this code now, see, we are getting that particular portion hey alone, right? If I give any random number here and check means 500 means, again we are going to get that particular part, right? This is the use case of substring. And the next important function that we are going to see is split function. As the name suggests, this function is used to split a single string into string arrays. Okay, we can split the string by passing a separator. I will show it to you with an example. I'm going to use the same string. In the string I'm going to break them or split them with the spaces. Okay, so I expect this hey this is to be a separate words. Okay, let me see how we can do that. Inside console log I'm going to use the string. After this we can use the function name split. Inside the split we need to pass by how we need to separate the string. In this case I'm going to separate with spaces, right? So I am just going to give a space inside that single quotes. If I run this, see, we are getting hey this is John as a separate ones in a string array, right? Let's say what if we separate this with comma instead of space, because here in our string we have only one comma. So whatever present inside left side will be a separate one, whatever present in right side will be a separate one. This is how it got split, right? And the next function that we are going to see is trim function. So trim function is basically used to remove the extra spaces present in the text. In some cases we may have text with extra spaces present in the first or extra spaces present in the last, right? So in these cases we can use trim to eliminate that extra spaces. So basically in trim there are three functions. One is trim function, which is used to eliminate the extra spaces at both front and the end, and the other function is trim start, where it is primarily remove the extra spaces from the starting position only, and the other function is trim, and as the name suggests, it will remove the extra values from the last. Okay, let me see how we can remove them. Inside console log, we can simply use string, and we can use trim function. This is going to remove the extra spaces from both front and back. See, we are getting only hey, this is John here. If I remove this and print, I will first show it to you how this looks. We have some extra space here and extra space here. Okay, after I have used the trim, you would have seen that space got vanished. See, we don't have any extra space, right? Let me show you the trim start now, how it works. Okay, if we just mention trim start instead of trim, it will only remove the spaces in the front alone. It won't remove this space in the back. Okay, similarly, if I use trim end, it is going to remove the space at the last but not the front. Okay, here you can see the front portion space is still there, but the last one will be removed. Okay, this is the trim function, and the last and final function that we are going to cover in string function is 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase. As the name suggests, it is going to convert any cases into uppercase or lowercase. Okay, in this case we are having a string here. Inside this string dot 2 lowercase, we can simply give this 2 lowercase function. We can call this like this. If I run this function now, you can see this H, J, which I have mentioned in uppercase, every letter in that word will be converted to lowercase. Similarly, if I have used uppercase, what it would have done is it is going to change everything into uppercase, every letter into uppercase. These are some of the handy functions that we use day to day. These are some of the handy string functions in JavaScript that we use in day-to-day coding. In my upcoming video, I am going to cover some important object functions in JavaScript. Okay, thanks for watching.